Does this make Seth Rollins the GOAT officially? He came back from an injury. Yes, that was an actual injury. And he's the World Heavyweight Champion. The first ever two-time World Heavyweight Champion. And yes, I'm talking about this new championship that we got since 2023. Okay, but back, it's now time for night 2 of SummerSlam. The bigger night, the better night, because people for some reason hating on night 1. And they said there was only 2 good matches. But there's going to be more than 2 good matches tonight. If you didn't like night 1, you're going to like tonight. First off, Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. This match has been built up for months, and we're finally going to get it. Where Dominic Mysterio is going to defend his championship for the first time since Money in the Bank, all the way back in June. Yeah, it's already August, but Dominic Mysterio is fighting. He's cleared. He's not injured, and I think this is time where we should just take the title off of him. What has he done with the title? He hasn't done anything. Now, if you want to build Dominic Mysterio up, I get it. You see a future top star in him. You think that he's going to be at the level that Rey Mysterio was. And maybe he even has more potential than his father because he's taller. And Dominic Mysterio could be World Heavyweight Champion one day. And with Seth Rollins as champion, maybe Dominic Mysterio, down the road, he has a big face turn and he starts getting cheered. I mean, he's getting pretty cheered as a heel right now. He used to be booed so loud that you couldn't even hear what he was saying, and now he's getting cheers somehow. So Dominic Mysterio could be going down that Rhea Ripley pathway, and he could become a top star just like her. So if you want to do that, then yeah, have him be Intercontinental Champion for longer. But if he's not going to have any good matches, if he's not going to defend the title, just give it to AJ Styles at this point. Am I right? Am I right? Next up is Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match. This match is going to be a banker. I made a whole video about this earlier this week. I highly advise you go check this out because this is going to be possibly the best match depending on how overbooked John Cena versus Cody Rhodes is. If we get a double, I don't want to spoil it. I shouldn't have spoiled it. But Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, they're going to tear the roof off the place that doesn't even have a roof. They're going to tear the walls off the steel cage. That's how good it's going to be. I'm hoping it's overbooked. This match should be overbooked. Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, have the bloodline interfere, have Jimmy Uso come out if you want to, have whoever you want, right, come out, and this match is going to be a banger. Jacob Fatu really hates Solo Sikoa. It's very, very personal. He was replaced by Solo Sikoa for Tongans, people who aren't even family, they're not even blood related, and Jacob Fatu got replaced by his own cousin for those people, and as if that wasn't personal, they had a car wreck, whatever. Solo Sikoa gets arrested. Solo Sikoa's he's the United States champion, and he got arrested. But he come back, and they're having a match, and Solo Sikoa can go ahead and win this. He has a numbers advantage. The bloodline is just there. Solo Sikoa is moving on. He's like on that 2022 Roman Reigns kind of level, right? 2021 Roman Reigns kind of level. 2024 Roman Reigns kind of level, where he just has too much help and he's unbeatable with the bloodline. He's not going to lose, and yeah, it's going to be hard to take the title away from Solo Sikoa, as it should be. He went from having a terribly long losing streak to being the United States champion, and possibly he has a chance to become one of the greater United States championship or reigns of the decade if he continues this. Next is Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria, a feud that has been going on for a while, since WrestleMania really. Becky Lynch came in, she took Bayley's spot, and then she turns on Lyra Valkyria on Monday Night Raw the next day because they lost the tag team championships or whatever. And Becky Lynch, she won the Intercontinental Championship. Good for her because she's building these accolades. She had never won that belt. She's going to go to SmackDown probably one day and win the Women's United States Championship. She's going to be the first woman to win every single title. That's great. Now, how does that mean this needs to be a long reign? Not necessarily, but it's a mid-card title, and you want to build the championship, right? You want to give it some prestige, that great prestige, right? That comes with a top star holding the title. The championship makes the championship, and Becky Lynch is doing that. I don't see why not. No, why would you take it off of her right now? Let Becky Lynch have the title. I get Lyra Valkyria is someone that you want to build up. You build her up by putting her against Becky, but you have her lose to Becky, and Becky Lynch already said that once Lyra Valkyria loses, she cannot challenge for the title again. So have Lyra Valkyria do some other things. Maybe her and Bayley become a tag team. I don't know, but have Lyra Valkyria do some. Maybe have her have a feud against Bayley. Bayley turns heel because Bayley hasn't been doing nothing. Bayley's been forgotten about. Lyra forced her to do something that's not the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which she's been involved with since January, all year, right? And that's going to be great for her. Becky Lynch holding the title, that's great for the title. That's great for Becky. Moving on, we have the 6-team tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. We have the Wyatt Six coming in as champions, defending against DIY, against Motor City Machine Guns, against Fraxium, against the Street Profits, who had a great title reign, versus Rey Fenix and Andrade, who I think were robbed. They should have maybe not won the Tag Team Championships, but the way that they didn't get to win it on SmackDown, and then everybody starts coming out, like, it should have been just a 2-on-2 match, and they should get a rematch that's like actual 2-on-2, not a 6-person tag match. But at least they're featured at SummerSlam. That's a win for them. That's a win for Andrade. That's a win for Rey Fenix, because he's on some SummerSlam card. He's a new superstar. This is his rookie year in WWE. This is great for the Wyatt Six. We're getting some exposure to them. They haven't had a premium live event match like ever. Is this their first premium live event match? I don't know. The Street Profits are always good to have. Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, they always put on good matches. They put on a good match back at Royal Rumble, if you remember that far back, in an Iron Man match. And not Iron Man, 2 out of 3 falls match. So who is my prediction? The Wyatt Six. People say they don't need to have the titles because they're kind of like supernatural. They're kind of a tribute group to Bray Wyatt, RIP. But them having the titles doesn't hurt. They are the best tag team right now. They're the most entertaining. They're the most interesting, right? It's a lot of aura that they have. So have them take the titles. They don't need to lose it this early in their title reign. That's good for them. It's good that they're doing this in honor of Bray Wyatt, who held a lot of championships. The Wyatt family once held the World Tag Team Championships. It's kind of cool. Next is Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. Yes, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are fighting for the Women's World Championship yet again. But we're not complaining. It's against Naomi. Naomi's the spice. Naomi's been doing some great character work. Proceed with caution. That's what I love. Naomi is carrying the women's division. Whether it be on Raw, whether it be on SmackDown, Naomi is doing it all. She lost at WrestleMania. She lost at Evolution. But she still finds herself as the Women's World Champion heading into SummerSlam. And I believe that she's going to walk out still champion. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are going to get too involved fighting each other or whatever. And whereas like WrestleMania, remember it was Rhea versus Bianca Belair and Io Sky was in the background even though she was champion. Yeah, we're doing that, except Naomi's in the background even though she's the champion. And Rhea and Io are the two proven stars. And this is where Naomi, yeah, she's being overlooked, but she's still going to win the match. She's going to prove that her doubters wrong. That's kind of her gimmick, right? She's proving the haters wrong. People who said she couldn't do it or whatever. And it's going to be good for Naomi. You know, I wanted her to win Money in the Bank. She won Money in the Bank. I wanted her to become champion. She became champion. That's fantastic. Okay, next, main event, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And the big talk has been a double turn. The possibility of a double turn, because it is very rarely executed. But when it happens, it's almost always perfect. All the past double turns have been amazing in WWE history. And it could be historic. It's John Cena's final year. We know that. We don't want to waste his final year. So have him and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes can become a heel. The only problem with that is, can John Cena be the face of WWE going forward if he's only going to be here for a few more months? We know he can do it till December. But once John Cena leaves, who is the next face? I talked about this earlier in this week. It's not LA Knight. If Cody Rhodes turns heel because of a double turn, then he can't really be the face of the company anymore, right? He's doing all the publicity. I know the New Day still does stuff even though they're heels. They're all over the place, hugging the kids and stuff, even though they're heels, which is crazy. I guess Cody Rhodes could do that, but we don't want a heel to be doing all the appearances, all the celebrity stuff. So we kind of need a face. And that's why Cody Rhodes took the title off of Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. And that's the only concern I have about a potential double turn. But we're about creating moments. We're about having the best time that we can. And if we worry about the future when we get there. Right now, this is the time where you pull the trigger. We need John Cena's career to end on as him as a face. That's how we love John Cena. That's how we knew him for over a decade. John Cena as being this face that can do no wrong. That's for the company, for the people. We want that. That's how John Cena should retire. That's how fans want John Cena to retire. A lot of people weren't even asking for his heel turn, and it's coming. We saw a glimpse of that Friday night on SmackDown, and I believe that John Cena, this is the time where he turns face. This is a moment that the fans are wanting. Maybe The Rock can come out and John Cena could be like, hey, you promised me this if I would do your work for you. I won the championship, but I did that myself. You didn't come out at WrestleMania. I could have become champion without you anyways. And John Cena's like, hey, you didn't hold up to your end of the business deal, right? And that's why John Cena turns on The Rock, because he felt betrayed by The Rock. The Rock never showed up for him. The Rock hasn't made a single appearance since like Elimination Chamber. And then that's when Cody Rhodes signs with The Rock, because Cody Rhodes, he lost his championship. And how else is he going to win it back if he can't beat John Cena? Well, he goes with The Rock. He signs with The Rock. Does Cody Rhodes need to win the title here? No. We saw 2 World Championship title changes yesterday with CM Punk becoming champion and then Seth Rollins becoming champion. So right now, John Cena can hold the title. He can hold it until December, really. But then that'll just make it obvious that he's losing the title because he's not going to retire as champion. But hey, that's what it is. And I think John Cena turns face tonight. We get babyface John Cena, Super Cena, woohoo! And John Cena goes over Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, bye-bye, go film Street Fighter or whatever, take a break from WWE. The fans, they're going to agree that you deserve a break. Thank you for watching. Let me know your predictions. See you tomorrow.